read out your objectives so that you're sure. Project 3 is get to the point. Every speech must have a general and specific purpose. General purpose is to inform, to persuade, or to entertain or to inspire. A specific purpose is what you want the audience to do after they listen to you. So the objectives of your speech are to select a speech topic and determine its general and specific purpose. Organize the speech in a manner that best achieves those purposes. Ensure the beginning, body and conclusion reinforce the purpose of your speech. Project sincerity and conviction and control any nervousness you may feel. Strive not to use the notes, and your time is 5 to 7 minutes. I know I did not give a chance to the grammarian to talk about the timing, but would you want to remind Aniket and Vivek of that?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
I'll do it. So, if the minute you're at the 5th minute, he's going to show you the green card. When you're at the 6th minute, he will show you the yellow or the amber card. And when you're done with your 7 minutes, he's going to show you the red card. So you have to ensure that you start trying to wrap up your speech when you reach the 5th to 6th minute, so that by the 7th minute you're done. Okay? All the best, Aniket. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, so everyone, thanks a lot for being here for my speech. I am Aniket, and the topic for my today's speech is your impression in black and white. So often you will find that you are lost into your own jungle of thoughts, where you were thinking about something and then something else comes into your mind and then you're thinking about that. So you keep chasing this own train of thought and keep wondering where you began from. So what was I doing again? What was I thinking about? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot something. So you get into a room and you forget about why you went there in the first place, because your mind was actually crowded with so many thoughts going on. It was not clear as to what exactly you wanted to do. In last week's speech, when Shashwat talked about mindfulness, where he said you should think about only one thing at a time and do it with your focus. So one of the best ways to achieve that is to have a clear mind. So the topic about the whole speech revolves around writing. Why you should write. Now, a lot of times when you find yourself in a place that either you're not able to concentrate, you need to clear your mind. So that's a very common term that we use, when I need to clear my mind. Some people just go and take a walk, some people talk to their friends, some people listen to music. Well, one of the best techniques is to write. Just take a pen and paper and start writing your thoughts. Start writing about what exactly is the issue that you are facing. So in this kind of a scenario, I think your biggest challenge is yourself, your reluctance to sit down and write something. So let me give you an example of how exactly that works. Now let's say that you went to a shopping mall with your friend and she wanted to choose something for her birthday. So when you are helping your friend, you're actually very creative, you're very excited. You were able to help her with a lot of options because you're objective about what you're doing. And when you are thinking about your, let's say, any issues that you're working on, you are not able to be very objective about them. So when you start writing all of this in black and white, then you are looking at yourself, your image in black and white. You can be more objective in this case, and that really helps a lot. So one of the advantages, or rather how and where you should write. So there is no specific time, there is no specific aim here. So the aim is so that you are able to improve on your writing skills, you are able to reflect what you're feeling on a paper. So in this case, let's say that what actually drives your writing skills is your imagination. Your imagination is like an invisible part of your body. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. And the stronger imagination you have, that will help you to write it in such a way that when you are writing it, when you are reading it yourself, you will be pleased to see what you have written. You will be pleased to read, even if you read it after 20 years, you would still be feeling that yes, I wrote that. And that was a time when I needed some help and I was able to help myself. So what can you do at the end of today? What you can do is don't stop yourself from sitting and writing something. Because when you start writing it, let me take an example of this speech itself. When I was starting to write this speech, I did not really have anything in mind. I said, let's just get started and let's go with it. Let's see how it goes. And so one thought leads to another, and that's how I started to write these things. I wanted to avoid using any online material, be more pure and original with the content. So as I started writing this speech, this is how I went through the process, and this is the speech that I'm presenting right now. So I would say that whenever you get that feeling that you're not able to concentrate, you are either you are not able to focus, I think writing is one of the best ways to relieve that stress. And as you start writing it more and more, the more practice you do, and the better you will get at it. So in terms of writing, I have a long time goal that I would like to write a book one day. So in my childhood, my grandfather had told me the best way to create a story is think of it like a doll. You first create a doll just with the plain simple concepts. It has a head, it has a body, it has legs, okay? And now you have to put more and more meat on top of it, dress it up better, provide some context around it. So when you start, let's say I'll take an example of starting to write a story, starting to write any specific storyline. In that case, I should be clear about what kind of story am I writing. Is it a fiction? Is it something which is related to emotions? Where will it end? Where will it begin? So if I start writing it out of nowhere, maybe it will be a rough start, but as I refine it more and more, the story will get better because my writing skill will improve. And that is just the first story that I will work on. In fact, that was one of the objectives why I joined the Toastmasters, so that I can improve on my communication skills and I can improve on my writing skills. So that's about my speech today, and thanks a lot for listening.